Hello. Let's just take a breath together. Welcome. Welcome to Zenful Conversations. Yes, indeed, we are here every single day in this community. We're in year 6. I waited a little bit later to come on today because I wanted to get some stuff done, and I figured I could do this when my body gets a little more tired and get a little more accomplished. So that's what I did, and it worked rather well today. How are you doing? How are you doing? That's the question. How are you doing? The conversation that we are offered this year is we're talking about being present for our own lives. And every time I come on to introduce the book, the conversation, I say that being present for our own lives. And when it comes through, it just has a unique energy. And there's a bit of bewilderment with it. And I don't know if it, what the reasoning is. I really am not I have to know why on things because I don't. But I find it very interesting. And my guess is because it's like such a vast space, but it's not. It's right here. I mean, it's pinpointed to now. And it varies for each one of us. So I just find it very interesting. Nonetheless, I'm not the only one because this is a New York Times best-selling book and it is ever popular. It is a wonderful book, The Book of Awakening. The Book of Awakening by Mark Nepo is the book that we're taking a look at this year. We're receiving the messages from. We're offered the opportunity to contemplate some amazing things. So thanks for being here. Thanks for joining in this very important conversation, strengthening the relationship with ourselves, right? Can't get any more self-honoring than being present. And if we're not present for our own lives, then what are we doing? The Book of Awakening by Mark Nepo, New York Times best-selling book, described as having the life you want by being present. By being present to the life you have. And the message we are offered today is titled Enthusiasm. Enthusiasm. This is day number 2036. 2036 days in a row, ladies. Enthusiasm. We are human beings, are being infinite as wind, are our human house full of holes. HOLES. As difficult as it is to accept that there are no answers in life, it is even more difficult at times to accept that no one holds what we presume are the answers. No one. There is only, it seems, the returning glimpse of wholeness in which all is seen and felt, and the frequently muddled aftermath when clarity is gone and all speech fails. In essence, as we must blink 1,000 times a day, what is human in us blinks continually over our essence. In this way, our limitations humble us, covering our gifts repeatedly, blinking away, there, then not, there, then not. There is no escaping the mix of all of this. There is only holding the mystery of truth in view, even when we are in the dark. The way we can feel the warmth of the sun when our eyelids are closed. So what are we left with? What are we left with? Well, we are faced with the endless and repeatable task of discovering or uncovering our enthusiasm. Back that up. So what are we left with? We are each faced with the endless and repeatable task of discovering or uncovering our enthusiasm, which means, in essence, being at one with the energy of God or the divine. The word itself comes from the Greek en, which is one with, and theos, the divine. Wow. Despite our endless limitations, it seems that the qualities of attention, risk, and compassion allow us to be at one with the energy of the whole, and the result is enthusiasm, that deep sensation of oneness. So as such, enthusiasm is not a mood that can be willed or forced. Rather, it is the ripple that follows the stone. It can only be felt after we immerse ourselves in life. Like a bird gliding on the current of air that it cannot see, or a fish swimming with the tide of the deep that it cannot see, or a note being sung as part of a song that it cannot see. We are all left with the necessary risk to starve the ego, that is that in us which believes it can control the world. That's what it's talking about when it says we are left with the necessary risks to starve the ego, which is what's in us that believes it can control the world. so that the unseeable music of being may rise and carry us. In recurring humility, our enthusiasm, in recurring humility, our enthusiasm, our momentary oneness with the energy of the universe is the sound of God moving through the harp of the soul. It is a mysterious and strenuous and simple practice to walk when we are able and be still when we are not. To bleed the dark that builds within us and trade it for the light which is always waiting. Despite all our limitations, the most crucial challenge of being human is to show up like a rose. Despite all our limitations, the most crucial challenge of being human is to show up like a rose. Whoa. The meditative exercise that we are offered asks us to take a moment during your day and sit quietly outside with your eyes open. Sometimes I find visualizing works well. Take a moment during your day and sit quietly outside with your eyes open. And as you breathe, be aware of the times that you must blink. Be comforted by the fact that even when you blink, the sun does not stop shining. The birds do not stop singing, and the flowers do not stop opening. As you breathe and blink, be comforted by the fact that even when you cannot see, your spirit does not stop shining. Your heart does not stop singing, and your life does not stop opening. I receive this message. Let it on in. Let's let it come in. Let's grow by leaps and bounds. Evolve. Let's do so. What an amazing message. Thanks so much for being here and sharing in this conversation this year. In deep gratitude. See you tomorrow. Namaste. Namaste.